Hey guys, welcome to Thoughts Universe, where we teach the truth and show the guiding principles of the universe. I am Promise. Today, we'll be talking about the Descendants of the Stars, Part 3. This is the last part of a three-series episode on the Descendants of the Stars. In the last teaching, we spoke about your star sign, drawing a line from it and aligning it with your zodiac sign, your personality, and humankind as a whole. Because your star sign, your zodiac sign is more than I am a Leo, I am a Pisces, I am Capricorn. In fact, I see people who view astrology as fantasy, as ignorant sometimes, or less enlightened because if you look deeply into astrology, you find that it's more than just your personality traits. I see them as ignorant, especially when they parrot the signs, mocking those who have made astrology just a personality trait. And I won't blame them as those people who have refused to look further, and this makes them actually much more worse than the half enlightened ones. I also see them as ignorant due to their unwillingness to learn, and you cannot know about something you have no knowledge about. Back to the topic, and of course, you can always expect some ancient knowledge from me. Ancient Sumerian, also known as Mesopotamia, which existed about 4,500 years to 19 years before Christ era, and also seen as one of the oldest civilizations, had a history of contact with the Anunnaki. Ancient Sumeria believed in the Anunnaki, those who came from heaven. Some of the texts from those era described the gods who came from heaven and created man and also passed across knowledge to man. And I'm talking about humans in general. They believed in the Anunnaki, those who came from heaven, as some texts from that era describe the gods descending from heaven and creating humankind. They were also believed to have brought advanced knowledge of astronomy, mathematics, and legible writings, which you can see began from around that time. The Anunnaki are described or seen as sky beings who ruled earth and the skies and brought civilizations to humankind. Ancient Egypt, which was also one of the longest and oldest standing civilization, also described divine beings from Neteru. They talked about gods like Thoth, Ra, Osiris, Mat, and these beings are seen to have descended from the sky. These divine beings are seen in ancient Egypt were explicitly described to have come from the stars or the sky. The Great Pyramid is aligned to Orion's belt, which is said to be associated with Osiris, while Thoth brought divine knowledge, writing, science, and sacred geometry, as the Egyptians never separated spiritual from cosmic knowledge. We also have the Dogon tribe from Mali, which is indigenous to West Africa. These people had contact with amphibious beings, which are said to have descended from the sky and are called the normal people. And the Dogon people cosmology includes knowledge of Sirius star system long before modern science was able to recognize that. They described Sirius B about 3,200 years before Christ era, and this was in a time where there was no modern use of telescope, and before modern telescope confirmed it as well. The Dogon tribe believed that these beings, the normal beings, descended from the sky in fairy vessels. Until this day, they still teach about the Dogon cosmology and its stories. Ancient India, Vedic and post-Vedic cultures describe beings from other world, the Devas, the Asuras, and other celestial beings. Ancient Mayan and Aztec civilizations from Mesoamerican civilization also spoke about beings like the Kukulkan, the feathered serpents, and these beings are believed to have taught astronomy. They also understood astronomy and calendar systems. Archaeologists date the Mayan astronaut relief found in the Temple of Inscription in the ancient city of Palenque in Maya. This carving is approximately dated at 600 to 900 years after the death of Christ. And the Mayans believed that the gods descended from the sky and promised to return. The Aboriginal Australians, which is one of the oldest continuous culture on Earth, believed in the Wangina, which are the sky beings. They believed the Wangina descended from the sky and helped in shaping the land. Carvings from the rock from that era show non-human figures with large eyes and no mouth. And the Aboriginal Australians, even till now, still honor their cosmology. They do not see it as a myth. In Native American traditions, the Hopi and the Zuni, among other indigenous tribes, spoke about the other beings, the star people, Kachinas. Their oral history speak about ancestors coming from the stars, while other tribes describe being led into underground places during massive natural disastrous events. Kachinas are used to describe non-human intelligence. In Igbo spirituality, did not see these beings as aliens. Rather, they saw them as sky beings that descended from the sky. Now, across these cultures who never had contact with each other at this particular era until much more recently, they believed that these beings were from the sky. They believed that these beings brought knowledge. They believed that these beings interbred with and guided humans on their evolution. And they believed that these beings also brought intelligence and promised to return. Some saw them as beings with higher consciousness and interdimensional beings. This proves that we are not alone on this planet and the universe at large, as across different cultures who never had contact with each other, the Dogons, the Malis, Egyptians, Mesoamericans, India, we are from the stars. To the second part of this, I believe most people would want to know how we descended from the stars in this body. And for you to know that, you have to understand and realize that there are realms, there are dimensions in the universe, and that we are not alone. So, for you to understand this, you have to understand realms, you have to understand dimensions, and you have to also understand that we are not alone in this universe, and thereby acknowledge the existence of others. In acknowledging these others, we also realize that they have communities, groups, which we can easily refer to as a collective, and which we as humans can easily see in various species around us, including humans, which is a collective of its own. Among the human collective, we can easily see that the only unifying element that unites every human from all walks of life is the soul, the spirit, or the light body, whichever you would term it. In this realm, which we were all kicked down into, separated and divided by everything other than the soul. The light body, soul, or spirit, as we all call it, is the main avatar of the conscious and the higher self, having an experience in the human body. When you see this, you get to understand why people have interrealm and interdimensional experiences like lucid dreaming, astral traveling, astral projection, past life memories, symbolic activation, and even dreams itself. As light beings, light body, soul, spirits, or descendants of the stars, whichever you choose to call it, you get to understand that you can only function in this physical realm with a body. By function, I mean relate physically. This isn't to say that you cannot have contact with spirits or other beings, especially when you're operating from a higher level of consciousness. The paradox is the higher something is felt in the deeper connection to it. This is why you have a high vibe or high spirits, because you feel something much deeper at your core. For those who have had near death experiences, or when you watch and see videos of people who have had experiences like this, they always describe a form of spirit as a translucent, luminous, radiant being. These beings are not just bright lights in human form, but they are transparent and take the form of water, and are also surrounded by intense and loving energy. according to people who have had near death experiences. When I say in form of water, I am talking specifically about the color. But as we all know, water is colorless, odorless, and the rest. Imagine the color of water as a spirit and soul, or a light body radiating light, but without the physical form of water. The light body cannot be seen with physical eyes, as they are the real essence of humanity at its core, the spirit and the soul. While the human body is condensed stardust, as sand is evolved stardust and shares some of its elements. This makes me remember the part of the scripture that says, "From dust we come, and from dust we shall return." In many African cosmology, matter is said to have been condensed from spirits and stardust from the stars. And millions and thousands of years in this dense realm is enough to make you forget where you are from, as your energy is being, siphoned, and all you want to do is survive. And also, all of this shows that humans are stardust that originated from the stars, as we share some of the elements which you can also find in a star. And over time, those who are born here become native souls of Earth. Most of the African cosmology sees the sky beings as our ancestors, which you can easily relate to all of this and prove that we are descendants of the stars. Just like how various race, ethnicities, and all of that are mixed up with other people, and the descendants are now we'll say, a more evolved version of the original people. And yeah, I said I was going to reveal my star sign after the whole lecture, and my star sign is Gemini. I am a Gemini sun alongside others. If you enjoyed today's topic, like, share, and subscribe to Thought Universe for more teachings of the universe. I also have here my book, Spirit Lead, A Guide to Raise Your Consciousness. It is a book that helped me on my spiritual journey and path of feeling, healing, being, and integrating. And it's a book I know and I believe would also help you on your spiritual journey.